What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a beautiful day today. And if you ain't know, you tuned in to Lady Isis, also known as Spiritual Detective, where I investigate the investigations, honey. And we got a whole lot to talk about. If you wasn't aware that there is a lady, or a lady who's going I don't think she went quite viral just yet, but she's on TikTok and she got a lot to say about Shannon Harris, which is the aunt and baby mother, the aunt of Naziyah Harris and baby mother of Jarvis Butts. She's claiming to have had this exclusive or secretive interview with Shannon. Okay, and Shannon had been doing a whole lot of talking. Okay, what's up, y'all? See y'all in the chat. Miss Sexy Ray, how you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Nicole, hey Nicole. And I see Michelle in the chat. Okay, make sure you guys hit that like button as you come in, just to get me in the algorithm. We had some technical difficulties yesterday on live. I was getting kicked out of my own live from a different device. So hopefully we don't have that problem tonight. And, you guys don't have to keep getting booted out and come back in. YouTube need to get it together. Okay. But if you want to help push this out, definitely hit that like button and share it if you don't mind. Oh yeah, Nicole, she got to watch The Giver. I see she said, hold on. Let me pull up my because I want to be able to put y'all comments on the screen. Look, y'all, I ain't did my makeup or nothing. Or try, I just got on live. I said, we got to talk about this. Okay. But Nicole, I see you got the chance to watch the movie The Giver. What? Which we had talked about a couple of lives before. And I'm glad you got the chance to watch it. But we definitely going to talk about that before the end of the live. Okay. But you said it was a very good movie. You said it's in the same genre as The Village. Now I got to see if I see The Village. Hold on a second, y'all. All right. These kids got me fucked up tonight. It's pissing me off. But anyway, now, as I was saying, we're going to talk about The Giver probably towards the end, y'all. And yeah, I just got on live. I said, I've been up doing my thing all day, but it's okay because we got stuff to talk about. So I got a video, okay? If you haven't watched the last live, or even I uploaded part of the last live to the video section, okay, where a lady was basically giving a story time talking about how she finessed Shannon into an interview, or basically she drove hundreds of miles to Detroit, where she claimed she was from, which I don't necessarily believe, but that's just my opinion. But she drove hundreds of miles to go pull up on Shannon unannounced because they supposedly hadn't known each other. And she wanted answers about Naziyah. She have posted a part 2, which I am getting ready to play shortly. Okay, and Shannon had a lot to say in this part 2. This video is only about 10 minutes long, but I was trying to read something. Yeah, it's only about 10 minutes long, so it's not that long, but we definitely want to just have this on the record because, you know, people like to delete stuff and things like that. So I always want to make sure that I give y'all the information on this platform and on my channel so we can always go back to it. Okay. Everything is alleged. Okay. And anything that comes out of my mouth is clearly my opinion. Yeah, it just booted me out again on YouTube, y'all. I don't know what's going on. But yeah. I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Go to my other phone. So anybody got the chance to watch the other video that I posted of this lady, her by the name of Cash is what she says she goes by. Her name is Cash. And I haven't found a Facebook for her or a Instagram just yet. She is on TikTok. What did y'all think about the first video that I uploaded where she was talking about her encounter with Shannon? And she was also one of the people that was in the photo with Shannon and Marquita when they were bowling. Y'all remember that bowling picture that circulated, right? A few months ago when they was laughing on hard. Laughing on her because she said she got them high and drunk. That's why they was laughing and having a good old jolly time. And yeah, I just got kicked out too, Miss Sexy, right? That's something. It's so crazy, but I'm gonna keep it moving. What's up, Tay? I'm doing good. How you doing? So this is part 2. So let's get into it, okay? Let's get into it because I don't know why they keep doing me like that. So yeah, this is what she has to say. Let's go ahead and add this to the screen.
Harris and her sister about the Naziyah Harris case.
I'm gonna try to rewind it back a little.
So before we went to the house, as y'all can
make sure I get the full length of this video. Okay.
Okay, so this is part 1, story time on when I went to Michigan and interviewed.
You know, T. Michelle, she did say that when she was with when a girl Cash on the screen was with her friend, it was her and her friend who went to go pull up on Shannon and Marquita. Okay. She did say that Shannon and Marquita were with 2 guys. So when we were saying that looked like Marquita's boyfriend in the background, I do believe that it actually was him, even though at that time he was claiming that he ain't want nothing to do with Marquita. He was kind of putting it out there or insinuating that he wanted to break up with Marquita or they wasn't on good terms. And even when Marquita speak about their relationship dynamic, she kind of speak about it in a way like we're just friends, but we real cool, basically fuck buddies. That's what it be sounding like to me. But we could tell that he obviously was there. And based off what she's saying, it does align. Okay.
Shannon Harris and her sister about the Naziyah Harris case. So before we went to the house, as y'all can that Jarvis Harris frequent with Naziyah Harris as well as the hotel. And when I went and talked to the gas station clerk, he said what he said, and it was kind of weird that he said the place been closed for quite a long time, but they just opened periodically because they didn't have clientele. That just was like a house stroll. That's where Jarvis Butts took his people that he did stuff with. So once we left there or whatever, we went directly to Shannon house, and her sister was coming out of the house. So the way that we think, like we thinking of next, like we got to get these folks comfortable in order for them to talk. So when we went, we had on lounge around clothes. I made sure I had on like some sweatpants, a lounge shirt, and some Crocs or whatever, just to have it in their heart. All these people is dressed down real. So we approached the car or whatever, and it was a car parked in front of the house. The guy, it was like in the car. She
If
said that it
it
was her
keeps
birthday.
skipping like
It was her
this,
birthday.
I might just go
And
to the
it was Shannon and her twin sister in the car parked in the driveway.
Might just go to the actual TikTok account because I call myself saving some time downloading the video, but
Just to have it in their
if it's gonna keep
heart, like,
skipping,
oh,
ain't no
these
point in
people
doing that.
is dressed down, they ain't really nothing for real. So we
Let me
approached
start it over. Okay. Nicole, you saying you feel like it was planned? It seems like when if you go through her comments and stuff like that, it seems like she try to act, it comes off like she's nonchalant about it. Like she doesn't care about, I guess, the attention, but that's kind of what it's given though. And then at the same time, she claimed that she wanted to wait until after the trial to put it out. But this is very critical to this case. The claims that she's making, the questions that she asked Shannon, and how Shannon responded to some of these questions is very critical to me to this case. If she's saying things like Naziyah tried to get rid of a baby, her and Naziyah was pregnant at the same time, which we had already did the math. We had already did the math when she was pregnant before her last baby that she just had. She was pregnant twice. We got that confirmation from, I believe it was Kiwana. She confirmed that Shannon was pregnant before this last baby that Shannon had, and confirmed that Shannon would have been pregnant at the same time that Naziyah was pregnant. Cash on the screen, she is saying, she's confirming that Shannon did know that Naziyah was pregnant and they were pregnant at the same time. She claims to have thought about getting an abortion, but then wound up miscarrying due to the stress. So it's an inconsistency there. But she was aware that Naziyah was pregnant and is claiming that Naziyah tried to get rid of the baby by taking supplements, pills, 4 pills. Okay. So let me start this video over. If it keeps skipping, we just gonna head on over to TikTok.
Okay, so this is part 1, story time on when I went to Michigan and interviewed Shannon Harris and her sister about the Naziyah Harris case. So before we went to the house, as y'all can see, we went to, everybody is saying something about a car wash, car place, whatever. That is a place that Jarvis Harris frequent with Naziyah Harris, as well as the hotel. And when I went and talked to the gas station clerk, he said what he said, and it was kind of weird that he said the place been closed for quite a long time, but they just opened periodically because they didn't have clientele. That just was like a house stroll. That's where Jarvis buzzed his people that he did with. We left there or whatever, we went directly to Shannon house, and her sister was coming out of the house. So the way that we think, like we think in a finesse type of way, like we gotta get these folks comfortable in order for them to talk. So when we had on brown clothes. I'm sure I had on some sweatpants, a lounge shirt, and some Crocs or whatever, just to have it in their heart, like, oh, these people is dressed down. They ain't really on nothing for real. So we approached the car or whatever, and it was a car parked in front of their house, and it was a guy. It was like two guys in the car. She said that it was her. She said that it was her, and it was in the car parked in the driveway, whatever. So when I approached the car, we
Okay,
introduced
hold on.
ourselves, but I kind of had a camera up.
Hold on, y'all. I'm not liking it. Let me go find. So take time. Yeah, and she's saying that she's not wanting to do any interviews with. Apparently, several content creators have reached out to her. She's claiming that she's not wanting to do any interviews or anything like that as well. I did see a video where she was talking about the amount of people that's contacting her behind the scenes. But for me, I don't have to do the interview. Just if you're gonna post it, post about it, and we could talk about it. I ain't gotta do an interview. I'll be all right just watching you post your experience, and we talk about it, dissect it, and investigate it from there. So can y'all hear that? What I'm hearing? Can y'all hear that? I'm about to share the screen. Just give me a second. Nicole say, and why would they tell a complete stranger everything? I think it's because she made them feel comfortable if she really did talk to them. And I'm saying if very lightly because she do have camera footage, she do have video. So I am not going to say that she lying about actually talking to them and getting this information because she do have video footage. My question is more so about the motive. Why now? Why release this information now? And why did you wait? Why did you want to wait till after the trial if this is very critical information about Naziyah and possibly could have broke this case wide open or really had this case going in a direction that a lot of us already felt it should be headed, which is more so towards Shannon being guilty as Jarvis and more involved like they're painting Jarvis out to be. She's just as guilty, right? And it makes me wonder if they did know each other, if they knew each other a lot longer than what she's saying, or if they really did meet each other that day. Some say when she walked up to Shannon's car that Shannon looked like she didn't know her. If I'm being honest, it do look like Shannon was not comfortable at first, as if she didn't know her. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't too friendly. She was kind of guarded. So to me, maybe they didn't know each other. You got kicked out again. I would say just exit out the whole app and then come back. See if that helps. Somebody say, I know, thank you. You got more out of them than anybody. Let's just sit back and see, y'all. Because Me personally, I care more about her having this conversation with Shannon than anything else. Any other interview. You get what I'm saying? She would have been the one that Shannon is the one that we need to hear from. Yes, we need to hear from Marquita. Yes, we need to hear from Annette. Yes, we do need to hear from any other family members of Naziyah that was in proximity of her on a regular basis. Yes. But the ones that were there with Naziyah when she went missing and her caregivers, those are the ones that we really want to hear from. So I'm agreeing with this comment when they say she probably got more out of them than anybody else interview that we have seen. Technically, honestly, she's getting that valuable information from Shannon, allegedly. Okay, so let's just see how it unravels and how it plays out. I don't want to cross her out just yet. I don't want to cross her out, exit her out just yet. You know? So let me restart it. We're going to hear this first part over again. Let's see if it plays smoothly because, damn.
Okay, so this is part one, story time on when I went to Michigan and interviewed Shannon Harris and her sister about the Naziyah Harris case. So before we went to the house, as y'all can see, we went to, everybody is saying something about a car wash, car place, whatever. That is a place that Jarvis Harris frequent with Naziyah Harris, as well as the hotel. And when I went and talked to the gas station clerk, he said what he said, and it was kind of weird that he said the place been closed for quite a long time, but they just opened periodically because they didn't have clientele. That just was like a house stroll. That's where Jarvis Butts took his people that he did stuff with. So once we left there or whatever, we went directly to Shannon house, and her sister was coming out of the house. So the way that we think, like we think in a finesse type of way, like we gotta get these folks comfortable in order for them to talk. So when we went, we had on lounge around clothes. I made sure I had on like some sweatpants, a lounge shirt, and some Crocs or whatever, just to have it in their heart, like, oh, these people is dressed down. They ain't really on nothing for real. So we approached the car or whatever, and it was a car parked in front of their house, and it was a guy. It was like two guys in the car. She said that it was her brother. Shannon said that it was her brother, and it was Shannon and her twin sister in the car parked in the driveway or whatever. So when I approached the car, we introduced ourselves, but I kind of had the camera up, like it was obvious that I was recording. I walked up to her car with the camera in her face and stuff like that. So I told her that I wanted to interview her about the Naziyah Harris case, and she told me to cut the camera off, or she asked me if I could cut it off. So I put her back in her comfort zone and let her see me cut it off. But guess what? I kept it on. So a lot of the questions that I asked her, I was asking her like main key point questions. And the person that I was with, I don't know if y'all have a person that y'all conversate with, and they basically like like you might say, oh, I went to the store, and they be like, oh, what you get? Them new shoes that came out? Like you can't even get it out. So the majority of the questions that I was asking them, the person that I was with was literally answering the questions, and I didn't even realize it until I let other people hear the recordings, and they was like, dang, like she never gave them a chance to answer the questions, but I'll repeat the question and ask them again. I asked her, have he tried to reach out to her since he'd been arrested? And she barely answered the question because, once again, the person that I was with basically answered the question as if I was interviewing her. But she said that he called when he first got locked up, and he called after that, but he didn't mention anything in reference to the case. So I also asked her, does she think that he did it? So she was like, I was like, do you think that he killed Naziyah Harris? And then she was like, she was nodding her head no, like respectfully. And she was like, no, not like with the evidence they got. I was like, nobody, no other kids came forward. Like Naziyah never told you she was uncomfortable around him. Nobody ever told you anything about him and stuff like that. So she was like, first of all, let me tell y'all this. I got kids with him, but we wasn't in a we was basically never in a relationship. We was just screwing around with each other because he got a lot of hoes. And the sister took it upon herself to tell us Jarvis Harris was her boyfriend first. So Jarvis Harris and Shannon wasn't together all the time. His first girlfriend was Shannon's twin sister.
Obviously, we know she mean Jarvis Butts. But it seemed like Shannon keep trying to make it seem like she know Jarvis didn't unalive Naziyah. He didn't take Naziyah's life. It seemed like she's really adamant about that. Like, okay, then you don't think he did it. Then who do you know did?
So I asked, did they have kids? Did the twin sister have kids with Jarvis as well? And she was like, she had got pregnant by him, but she had an abortion or whatever. And he got a whole lot of baby mamas. She said she just discovered all his baby mamas since the case had happened or whatever. And he do like younger girls.
All of this going on and stuff. She was thinking about moving already.
Away.
Y'all
neighbors
be weird.
Y'all neighbors be acting weird.
Yeah, no, before all of this had already...
They probably know better.
Yeah, before all of this had already happened, my plans was already to move. I was supposed to move last year.
Yeah.
In 23, 28, and late 23.
And it make you just want to move in silence because everything you do, they gonna twist. They gonna twist. They gonna make it like
that. That it hurts my heart that they keep saying my daughter was the 11-year-old girl that had got molested by her dad. It wasn't mine.
Oh, wow. So they just made some whole
it was
creating their own.
I hope y'all don't be reading that stuff.
Baby, we don't look.
I wouldn't read
baby,
that
no, it's like everything that what people's like. I got my friends, they be, sending me this. Right. And like, look at this shit. And I'm like, just let them
even if y'all gotta think about it like this, even if it did go a whole nother way, you know what I'm saying? They gonna blame y'all for whatever way it went. I mean, whatever way it went, they gonna say something bad. They gonna say something.
So, do you believe that he did it? Like, kill her?
With all the evidence and stuff, I'm looking at he brought. See, the other baby mama, I didn't even know that he had a baby mama on the.
So apparently, right there, when she asked, "Do you think that Jarvis was the one that took Naziyah's life?" and then you can see this conversation shift. But she's saying at that point with the evidence, and then she nodded her head. No, that must have been when she did like this.
The west side.
I also asked her about the younger guy. I mean, not the younger guy, the old guy that Naziyah was seen in the video dancing with, and she said that's their uncle, and he don't like kids. Like, the reason why he have the charge that he have is because he moved to Ohio. Y'all know the older guy that had glasses on that was kind of like rubbing all on Naziyah and touching her when she was dancing. It looked like she was on TikTok or whatever. She said that guy in particular is their uncle. He's a great uncle, and he will come sit with the kids sometimes. She said he is not a child, what's the name, but he went to Ohio and he was dating a snow bunny, and the snow bunny basically lied about her age. Basically the same story that all child, what's the name, say. The snow bunny lied about her age and put those charges on him or whatever. He's not that type of person or whatever like that.
It's crazy how they whole family have said this same thing about Eric, as if, why I feel like they're literally trying to gaslight us. Like we ain't seeing what we seen on that screen with Eric Gamble grabbing Naziyah like a whole pervert. They have all, that's the one thing Naziyah family have all agreed on, is that Eric is not into children, and it wasn't like that. Some of them might have admitted that it looked a little weird, but it's given like, you gonna believe us or you gonna believe what you seen on the screen. We know what we seen on that fucking screen with Eric. That pisses me off. What you say, boss? T, you say, I don't even fuck that video with Naziyah and dude was weird. Exactly. It was weird. And it's like, why does it seem like they keep trying to cover up for Eric? All of them. Oh, I ain't never seen him do nothing weird. Oh, that drunk uncle that do like, that's just what they do. They just drunk and they say weird shit, do weird shit. No, I don't know. No, actually. I don't know. And I got an Uncle Ezel in my family that died to drugs, that passed away due to drugs, get high, get drunk, do all that shit. But he has never, ever tried to hit on me or came up behind me and hugged me like that. Nah. Just because you on drugs and you drunk and you on that shit, that don't mean you feeling on children. That's what I be saying, right? And he's a tier 3. Jarvis is a tier 3. To if I recall correctly, Jarvis is a tier 3. Eric Gamble is a tier 3. So you mean to tell me he's a tier 3 for nothing? Eric Gamble never denied it. According to the court documents we discussed before, Eric Gamble never denied what he did to that. So they keep saying, "Oh, it was a snow bunny. It was a white lady, right? She lied. He didn't do what he did. She screamed grape. She screamed grape, right? Okay, but he never denied it according to them court documents. He basically pleaded with the judge, like, I'll never do it again. Either way, the video shows Eric Gamble pulling Naziyah towards his penis area. Naziyah looking extremely uncomfortable. But who was going to protect her, right? Who was going to protect Naziyah?
She said in their house they had like an open door policy. Basically, the kids could come forward to them and tell them anything that they wanted to tell them, and they would be open in ears. She said the way that she raised them is they can go outside like whenever they want to. They don't have permission to go outside, but they got to be in eye view. She said they couldn't like go up the street and turn the corner and can't to where she can't see them at. Or whatever. So I asked her, like, well, if you and Jarvis was never in a relationship, why was it okay for him to like continuously come get Naziyah? And she used to say, like, she said Naziyah alibi was her daughter, which is Jarvis Butt's daughter. She would be going with her dad, and Naziyah be like, oh well, can I go too? Because her sister, which is Naziyah's mom, is supposed to be like some type of addict, and she had custody of Naziyah. And I asked where Naziyah's dad was, and she said that they're unfit parents, and that's how she ended up with Naziyah, because she said Naziyah was her favorite and she took care of Naziyah. So I asked her who did she think unalive Naziyah. So she looked at me and she asked me, like, are you recording? At the time I wasn't recording, so I showed her my phone again. I said, no girl, look, I'm not recording, no red dot, no voice memo, no nothing. And she was like, well, when she found out that Naziyah was pregnant, she was pregnant as well by Jarvis Butts, but she had a miscarriage with her baby. And I asked her, like, did you go to an abortion clinic to, like, get rid of everything, or did the baby discharge itself? She said, well, she don't believe in abortions or whatever, but with that baby in particular, she didn't want to keep it, and her first intentions was to go get an abortion because she knew Naziyah was pregnant as well. And with Naziyah being so young, they could not take Naziyah to an abortion clinic without being questioned. So I said, so how far along was Naziyah when she went missing or whatever? She said, if she can recall, Naziyah was doing things to basically get rid of the baby herself. I said, like what? Like what at-home remedies could you do?
So now this is the point where she's saying Naziyah was doing things on her own to get rid of the baby. And I don't find it strange that Shannon doesn't believe in abortions, because why would you? You having kids for that fucking pedo to have his way with your kids. Miss, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing that's going on with my kids. But you all up in Jarvis' ass all day, but you don't see nothing that he doing to your kids. You saw what he was doing to your kids, they kids, her kids, his kids, your niece. And like, we got the boys. We don't even know if he touched the boys. Like, it's a strong possibility. So for her to allege, okay, we're going to say allegedly say that Naziyah was trying to get rid of the baby on her own, Was there a discussion? Do y'all think that there was a discussion between Naziyah and Jarvis and Shannon? Were they all trying to come up with some type of concoction to get her to miscarry? But if she was several months down the line, approaching, if my math is correct, approaching maybe 5 months or so, that would have been the size of a baby that she still would have had needed to push out. So I don't think any home remedy would have been good at that point in pregnancy anyway. She definitely should have they should have figured out another way. If they were, I guess maybe they felt like she couldn't get rid of it. She, not that she couldn't get rid of it, but that they ain't want to be questioned about it if they took her to the abortion clinic. Let me press play.
To get rid of the baby. Like, what was she doing at home to get rid of the baby? So she was like, well, Naziyah asked her to buy her like some pads or whatever, like stuff that you'll use on your menstrual cycle, and said she would start having cramps and being in pain, and her period had came on. So Shannon said, with her being an adult and she have all these kids, she know you're not coming on a period while you're pregnant. And she said that's kind of around the time that Naziyah had basically went missing or whatever. So I said, so you don't know how far along she was or whatever when she went missing? Like, you don't like if I'm a mother, or if my niece, I have custody of my niece, I'm gonna be tuned in on her pregnancy or whatever. And plus, you're leaving. You're saying she could come and go as she please, and she's carrying the baby. That's when a woman is most vulnerable, or whatever like that. When Naziyah started making it appear that she wanted to keep the baby, it was kind of too late, because she came across like some abortion pills. It's these pills. She said it's 4 of them that you get, and you put 2 of them in your mouth, and you put 2 of them in your vagina, and it basically get rid of the baby. But at that time, Naziyah was too far along, but she still wanted Naziyah to try to take. She also said when you take these, the substance or whatever, you kind of bleed out a lot. And she said for some reason, after she started checking like her pads and stuff that she bought her for her menstrual cycle while she was already pregnant, she wasn't using none of them. So she asked like Naziyah, like, let me see your underwear, like you don't have on anything, like you're basically like you're not bleeding yet, like the baby is not discharging yet or anything. So she said she started searching everything, and she could not find the 4 substances that she gave Naziyah to take. So she was questioning Naziyah and asking her like, hey, did you take them continuously? And she felt as if Naziyah was getting frustrated with her. And that's when she was telling Naziyah like, hey, you can't go nowhere or whatever. Basically, she started being tough on her, because she's like, at this point, you're telling me that you don't want to keep it, but somewhere in my heart, I feel as if you do want to keep it. And I already had a miscarriage on my baby, and I feel as if I only had a miscarriage on my baby because you're stressing me out. So that's when I was getting confused, because it's like, you said something about an abortion, then you said a miscarriage, but okay. Okay, so this is part 1, story time on when I went to Michigan and interviewed Shannon Harris and her sister about the Naziyah Harris case.
Oh shoot. Y'all just talking. My bad. I had it on mute. Okay, what I was saying was y'all know I'm good to put it on mute. What I was saying was about my thing is if she did take those pills, that will explain why she did have blood. They found blood on her shoes, why they found blood on some of her clothing that they identified as Naziyah's blood. That would make sense why there was blood on her belongings. Because what, according to what Cash is saying, she's saying that Shannon said that Naziyah started bleeding after taking these abort pills. And she probably started bleeding excessively. And that will explain why she was bleeding. Now, she may have started bleeding too much and went unconscious. Now they got an unconscious pregnant teen bleeding. Panic mode, right? You can't call the police. You can't take her to the doctor. Everything going wrong. We got to get rid of these clothes. Roxy in town, come help us. I ain't letting up off Roxy ass. I don't give a damn what they saying out here in these TikTok and YouTube streets, how much they try to finesse that shit. She was cool with Shannon. Roxy still couldn't. Roxy later admitted after being exposed that she was indeed in Detroit around the time Naziyah went missing. I don't give a damn, but that's another thing. What I'm saying is Shannon had help. Jarvis had help. And it's a possibility that everybody panicked. This will explain why Annette waited 24 hours to go make a report. This will explain why they was pushing this narrative that Naziyah was a runaway and to stall, to buy more time, to figure out if they could probably nurse her back to health. It didn't work. Like I said, she probably went unconscious. If we going based off what this lady is saying on this screen, Naziyah probably didn't whoop on Naziyah. She probably didn't whoop on her. What happened was she went unconscious and bled out too much. Got sick, something like that. 5 months, you gotta deliver that baby. She was getting too far along. So let me see. Okay, so it says when does bleeding start during a abort pill, right? So the amount of bleeding that occurs during a AB with pills may vary between individuals, but expect bleeding as heavy or heavier than a regular menstrual. Bleeding will also be heavier in pregnancies that are further along. Uh-oh. All we had to do was wait on it. All we had to do was wait on the information to surface. Wait on the truth to surface. This, I don't know, y'all. Y'all saying this, she might have a motive, and I believe it. She probably do got a motive. Maybe she trying to grow a TikTok. Maybe she is trying to get a TikTok check. Shit. Maybe she is. However, would this take away from the fact that Shannon knew exactly what the fuck was going on? They lost control of the situation. Things went too far. They couldn't get medical treatment for Naziyah, so they let her bleed out and possibly. Exactly, right? Because according So what I just read, bleeding will also be heavier for pregnancies that are further along. Okay. She was definitely further along. In addition to bleeding, clots are also normal. In fact, you may be able to tell when a pregnancy tissue has been expelled by closely monitoring the bleeding. Pregnancy tissue can look like small dark colored grapes, blah, blah, blah. Pregnancy tissue, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Though heavy bleeding during the AB with pills is common, it's important to recognize signs of complication. Hemorrhaging, excessive bleeding that does not stop on its own. It's rare, but it's a serious risk of AB. It says bleeding that is heavy enough to completely soak. Okay. So let's look at the complications. Because I don't know if I really believe that she drunk that antifreeze. Although Jarvis was looking up abortion AB remedies on his phone by way of antifreeze. But she wouldn't have been able to, that would have worked too quick. You get what I'm saying? She went to school, according to the teacher at school, and she was having stomach pains. And if she had four pills or more to take, that will explain the stomach pains and discomfort. That would explain it. I don't think the antifreeze would have been it either, Boss T. I don't think so. This sounds more believable, or it makes more sense to me. Because it would, if she would have been bleeding out this baby, and it would have been, her body would have been AB in it, getting rid of it, then she would have some menstrual cramps. She would be bleeding. She would be uncomfortable. She would probably be sick. They probably gave her the wrong damn dosage to begin with, trying to make sure that they get rid of it, and overdid it. Now, when they say that would explain why she probably was going back and forth to the gas station, if that was true. Discomfort, uncomfortable. Where they get this damn pill from anyway? So it says most people experience cramping, bleeding, side effects like nausea and chills. Those are the normal signs of the AB pill. But the serious complications will be heavy bleeding, severe pain. Remember, she fell down to her knees, right? I think Naziyah could have been having severe complications from the AB pill. Hey, everybody just coming into the chat. Y'all. So it says after you take misoprostol, I think that's how you say it, cramping and bleeding are made inside. Okay. For some people, it's very strong. The cramping, much more painful than the menstrual. I've had women say that it's excruciating, actually. So could you imagine going to school knowing that you just was given some freaking AB pills? I can see why she fell down to her knees or was bent over in pain. Grown women have told me they was in pain after getting a AB pill. Or just miscarrying, period. Their body naturally miscarrying a child. I've heard that it's painful. You say you could buy AB pill online. I don't know, but if that's the case, then maybe so, because they was doing some research on their phone trying to figure out what they can get and what they can do to get rid of this baby. Right? Okay. Hustle and Scrub say it's like having a miscarriage. So yeah, and it says 10 weeks recognizable embryo. After 10 weeks, you might see or recognize an embryo or fetus when it passed. What the fuck did they do to this baby? What did they do to Naziyah, man? What did they do to her? Oh, they so fucking wicked. And if she was in gym saying that she couldn't really participate in gym because of that baby, her stomach was big. Anything could have happened after trying to take some freaking AB pills at home. I'm about to look something else up real quick. Cause what? Man, I'm sick of these demonic ass bitches pissing me off. This is so fucking diabolical. I'm finna look up if can about a woman being unalive from taking a AB pill or more serious complications beyond just the severity of in the pain, of the baby passing and things like that. So I want to know, could it be life threatening? It says woman dies of complications after taking the AB pill. Because I believe this is the pill that she says she took. I'm going to listen to this video again just to make sure. It says the deaths included 9. Important system of saying. All right, y'all. Let me check these comments out, and then I'm gonna be looking. You say a lady in ATL just was on life support 6 months because she was preggo and couldn't take her off because it would have been illegal because she was pregnant. I do remember that story. I do remember reading about that because they just recently took her off life support, right? Say she was literally brain dead and they kept her alive, right? Baby was only 2 pounds. Charlotte's Reb, you are so right. It's like it just get worse and worse and worse. But I knew it was gonna take another turn. I was just waiting for that right turn. That right turn, because We know this storyline that they trying to push is some straight up bullshit. We know that. And the truth is going to prevail. Shannon, I think you done wrote a check your ass couldn't cash this time. Shannon, I think she need to be fucking trying to go on a run. If you want to possibly not be under the jail with Jarvis, now would be the time. But she just sitting back like she untouchable, like she invisible, like they never gonna get the right evidence to do nothing to me. She just seems so arrogant but nonchalant at the same time. Shannon, they coming for you. They coming for you because you's a wicked, wicked, wicked motherfucker. Mm-mm. So let me listen to this again. So I probably get another thought. And let me finish listening to this. Mm-mm.
So before we went to the house, as y'all can see, we went to, everybody is saying something about a car wash, car place, whatever. That is a place that Jarvis Harris frequent with Naziyah Harris, as well as the hotel. And when I went and talked to the gas station clerk, he said what he said, and it was kind of weird that he said the place been closed for quite a long time, but they just open periodically because they didn't have clientele. That just was like a house show. That's where Jarvis Butts took his people that he did stuff with. So once we left there or whatever, we went directly to Shannon house, and her sister was coming out of the house. So the way that we think, like we think in a finesse type of way, like we gotta get these folks comfortable in order for them to talk. So when we went, we had on lounge around clothes. I made sure I had on like some sweatpants, a lounge shirt, and some Crocs or whatever, just to have it in their heart, like, oh, these people is dressed down. They ain't really on nothing for real. So we approached the car or whatever, and it was a car parked in front of their house, and it was a guy. It was like two guys in the car. She said that it was her brother. Shannon said that it was her brother, and it was Shannon and her twin sister in the car parked in the driveway or whatever. So when I approached the car, we introduced ourselves, but I kind of had the camera up, like it was obvious that I was recording. I walked up to her car with the camera in her face and stuff like that. So I told her that I wanted to interview her about the Naziyah Harris case, and she told me to cut the camera off, or she asked me if I cut it off. So I put her back in her comfort zone and let her see me cut it off. But guess what? I kept it on. So a lot of the questions that I asked her, I was asking her like main key point questions. And the person that I was with, I don't know if y'all have a person that y'all conversate with, and they basically like like you might say, oh, I went to the store, and they be like, oh, what you get? Them new shoes that came out? Like you can't even get it out. So the majority of the questions that I was asking them, the person that I was with was literally answering the questions, and I didn't even realize it until I let other people hear the recordings, and they was like, dang, like she never gave them a chance to answer the questions, but I repeat the question and asked them again. I asked her, have he tried to reach out to her since he'd been arrested? And she barely answered the question because, once again, the person that I was with basically answered the question as if I was interviewing her. But she said that he called when he first got locked up, and he called after that, but he didn't mention anything in reference to the case. So I also asked her, do she think that he did it? So she was like, I was like, do you think that he killed Naziyah Harris? And then she was nodding her head no, like respectfully. And she was like, no, not like with the evidence they got. I was like, nobody.
And keep in mind, Shannon would know the evidence that they do got, because Marquita absolutely confirmed that they have a brother that works with DPD. Okay, so they would know exactly what's really going on, what they got, how they need to cover it up, what they need to say, what they need to withhold, exactly how to go about this, because I can guarantee that they have been advised by whoever they know that work with DPD on how to go about this, what to say, You know, that's why they haven't been doing no interviews like that, quote unquote. Somebody must have paid for them to get high or something. That's probably why Marquita showed up on anybody's platform, because she probably needs some fucking money, because they probably can't work. People gonna harass their ass. People gonna fucking hold them to question their ass every chance they get, or probably beat their head in if they see them. So they probably can't even really do the shit that they need to do to live day to day. So they probably on some crackhead shit now. That's probably what's really going on. Why they got what they got out of Marquita line ass. I don't know why she ain't go to the DPD, but trust me, they watching. I believe they are watching. Trust me, they watching. Thank you, Charlotte's Web. That she like from 2 different devices. Shout out to you, girl. I know I missed some of the comments, but yes, y'all, it's like, Say, yeah, and depending on the law, they couldn't even take her to the hospital because it would have been illegal for them to help her because she took them pills. So they just treated her like a damn animal. Say, not too many even talk about the baby anymore. I'm glad you keep her spirits alive. Yeah, because it's about Naziyah. We need to know what happened to Naziyah. Like I say, yes, we do want to know what happened with the family, you know, just how deep, dark, nasty, wicked, diabolical they go. What type of secret societies they connected to, because it's definitely got something to do with a secret society and child sacrifice and child trafficking. Definitely do. Oh, he's a correctional officer. Mm. We was kind of I feel like we was kind of saying that on a previous live too. Like he might have just been a correctional officer, and her stupid ass thinking that he's actually a police officer. But either way it go, somebody advising them. I feel like somebody is still advising them. They're talking to somebody, and it could be whatever secret society they connected to. They would know.
No other kids came forward. Like Naziyah never told you she was uncomfortable around him. Nobody ever told you anything about him and stuff like that. So she was like, first of all, let me tell y'all this. I got kids with him, but we was basically never in a relationship. We was just screwing around with each other because he got a lot of hoes. And the sister took it upon herself to tell us Jarvis Harris was her boyfriend first. So Jarvis Harris and Shannon wasn't together all the time. His first girlfriend was Shannon's twin sister. So I asked, did they have kids? Did the twin sister have kids with Jarvis as well? And she was like, she had got pregnant by him, but she had an abortion.
Okay, so we can confirm that that's true, right? Marquita was indeed definitely in a relationship with Jarvis first. She got pregnant by Jarvis, but she got an AB. Marquita got pregnant with Jarvis and had an AB. I believe Annette was definitely sexually involved with Jarvis too. That's my opinion. Not really an opinion, because I was told that, right? But I think they all had a relationship, a sexual relationship with Jarvis. This could have been a family thing going on. Because I always play in the back of my mind that text that Naziyah sent to Jarvis, allegedly saying that go ahead and give Shannon some D, basically, and come do me in the basement. That's some nasty, crazy shit. but that give the vibe of they all was having nasty encounters with each other. It gives they might have coerced Naziyah on what to do with Jarvis. Because keep in mind too that the baby that got on the stand and told her testimony, which was Marquita's daughter, she said that she and supposedly Shannon's youngest daughter were watching Jarvis have sexual encounters with Jarvis's daughter Janiyah and Naziyah. And it's a possibility that he had sexual encounters with Marquita's daughter. But for now, I'm going to just say she was watching or was forced to watch. I think Annette, Shannon, and Marquita knew what Jarvis was doing to them kids, and they made all of them kids watch. The boys is fucked up too. Y'all remember what Marquita's boyfriend said about Marquita's son? That he like another Jarvis. That's how he described it. So he might have been coerced to do the same nasty, disgusting, diabolical things that Jarvis was doing to them kids too. The same thing Jarvis was forced to do as a 13-year-old or younger. Got a woman pregnant when he was 13 and she was well off knocking 30 down there. You think Jarvis was just around because they thought he was cute with the good hair? No, he was around because that's what they do. They exploit and abuse children, and they make children do it to each other. They's probably selling their naked bodies on the internet. They probably selling their bodies to other pedos. All in the name of church, all in the name of Christianity, all in the name of evangelism, all in the name of my baby daddy. We was just screwing around. He just so happened to screw me and my sister and my mama and my niece and my other niece and my other cousins and my other everybody. He just screw everybody. Lady too, right? It's been said allegedly that he had it in with Lady. What you say, Boss T? Say, can't forget this all spiritual and kids, the most innocent. That's why they go after them. It's energy and power plays. Absolutely. Absolutely. They want to exploit these children, abuse these children, gain from these children. You know how many sick pedophile people or pedo people are amongst us that ain't got no record, that ain't been caught yet, that don't got a report once a year, that ain't went to prison, that ain't got no fucking records. You know how many pedos? Just think about it with little Miss Shirley. How many men traveled to go take a picture with a baby, to touch a child, and her mother allowed it to happen. We watched that unravel in real time. And the mama still making excuses for her behavior. People do it all the time, sell the kids. All the time. This is so sick, man. You say he ain't even cute. He funny looking. I'm just thinking like them. He definitely a cornball to me. Definitely is. But to a low self-esteem, big back, he like a god to them. He like a god to a bitch that don't got self-esteem. Say that nigga just that nigga just had a free reign with everyone in the family. Yes. Why? Because they're in on it. They're in on it. They made deals together. They made deals. Hey, what you gonna give me if I give you this one? They had auctions. They sold these children. You say her mama need her butt beat, talking about we jealous. Who said we jealous?
Or whatever, and he got a whole lot of baby mamas. She said she just discovered all his baby mamas since the case had happened or whatever, and he do like younger girls.
All of this going on and stuff, she was thinking about moving.
And he do like younger girls. So you knew that. Man, when they had that little girl come over there for the party, remember the girl that was in the CPS report who was violated by Jarvis at the party? The first time, I think it was his daughter, the first time she came over there. Was it his daughter or damn, now I don't know. I might be mixing that up. Might not have been his daughter, but anyway, it was a minor. Okay. The point is it was a minor, and she might have had that little girl come over. It was a relative to Shannon, I believe. But she might have had that little girl coming over, played it smooth with the mama, made it seem like everything copacetic, everything all good, knowing damn well she knew she was about to put her on a platter for Jarvis to come tear just ruin her fucking life. She knew what she was doing. Oh, right. Okay, but Shirley mama said we jealous. Her girl, listen. Delusional. She just acting delusional like she don't know what the hell going on. What type of man you know finna drive miles and miles? I don't care if it's a half, 1 inch to see a child, hold a child. What? Who in their right mind finna do that? It's giving weird. It's giving nasty. It's giving pedo. But like I was saying, Shannon knew exactly what was going on. She knew exactly what she was doing. Trying to play stupid. Oh no, he would never. They trying to say that was my daughter who got essayed by her daddy, the 11-year-old. It wasn't her. It wasn't her. What? So you mean to tell me he'll touch his other daughter who was 4-year-old at the time, 4-year-old at the time, but he ain't gonna touch yours? You mean to tell me he touching everybody else's kids, but the ones that you had? Yeah, right. And I believe he was touching on Naziyah way before 2022. He was in Naziyah's life her whole life because he was dating Marquita first, and he knew Lady too. So he been in Naziyah's life her whole life, and he knew Naziyah was not protected by no one. He knew that he can have his way in the Harris family, and nobody would say nothing as long as he do what? Give everybody that nasty, dirty, low down peen. Because he probably, I don't think he was giving them no money. He couldn't have been giving them no money. And if he was, it comes from whatever organization Jarvis is connected with that got something to do with pedophilia. Somebody was writing a check. Y'all better know how secret societies work. I know y'all do. They do shit like that. You connected with certain things, certain groups. You do this for me, you let me have my way with that one, I'll give you a house. I'll pay your car off. I'll do this. I'll do that. Whatever it is. Protect the children, man. Protect the children.
Moving already.
Away. Y'all
No,
neighbors
no,
be weird.
no.
Y'all neighbors be acting.
No, before all of this had already.
They probably know better.
Yeah, before all of this had already happened, my plan was already to move. I was supposed to move last year.
Yeah.
In 23, 28, in late 23.
And it make you just want to move in silence because everything you do, they're going to twist. They're going to twist. They're going to make it like
that it, you know, that it hurts my heart that they keep saying my daughter was the 11-year-old girl that had got molested by her dad. It wasn't my daughter.
Oh, wow. So they just made some hoes.
No, it was
creating their own
I hope
narrative.
y'all don't be reading that stuff.
Baby, we don't look.
I wouldn't read
baby,
that
no,
shit.
It's like everything that what people's like. I got my friends, they be, sending me this.
Right.
It like, look at this shit. And I'm like, just
because
let
look,
them
even if
be.
y'all gotta think about it like this, even if it did go a whole nother way, you know what I'm saying? They gonna blame y'all for whatever way it went.
I mean,
whatever way it went, they gonna say something bad. They gonna say something.
So do you believe that he did it? Like, kill her?
With all the evidence and stuff, I'm looking at he brought see the other baby mama. I didn't even know that he had a baby mama on the west side.
I also asked her about the younger guy. I mean, not the younger guy, the old guy that Naziyah was seen in the video dancing with, and she said that's their uncle, and he don't like kids. Like, the reason why he have the charge that he have is because he moved to Ohio. Y'all know the older guy that had glasses on that was kind of like rubbing all on Naziyah and touching her when she was dancing. It looked like she was on TikTok or whatever. She said that guy in particular is their uncle. He's a great uncle, and he would come sit with the kids sometimes. She said he is not a child, what's the name, but he went to Ohio and he was dating a snow bunny, and the snow bunny basically lied about her age. Basically the same story that all child what's the name say. The snow bunny lied about her age and put those charges on him or whatever.
So Mr. Eric, Uncle Eric Gamble would babysit the kids. That's not my first time hearing that from a family member when he was in town. What's her name? Kenya. She didn't have nothing bad to say about Eric. In fact, it sounded like she was trying to defend Eric. Shannon and them ain't got nothing bad to say about Eric. In fact, it sounds like they're trying to defend Eric. Kiwana and Jarnell didn't have nothing bad to say about Eric. In fact, it seems like they're trying to defend Eric. So I think we need to figure out what's really good with Mr. Eric, because I don't trust that. And they all agreeing on one thing. That's what we need to be looking at a little deeper. And Eric's son claims that he had got off, and that there was a letter that he has, right? That basically proves his innocence of, hey, Shannon, that basically proves his innocence in the case where he got that tier 3 SA offense or offense against the white lady that she talking about in the video. It's like, Eric probably know Jarvis. They probably know each other. I wouldn't put it past them.
Whatever, he's not that type of person or whatever like that. She said in their house they had like an open door policy. Basically, the kids could come forward to them and tell them anything that they wanted to tell them, and they would be open in ears. She said the way that she raised them is they can go outside like whenever they want to. They don't have permission to go outside, but they got to be in eye view. She said they couldn't like go up the street and turn the corner and can't to where she can't see them at or whatever. So I asked her, like, well, if you and Jarvis was never in a relationship, why was it okay for him to like continuously come get Naziyah, and she used to say like, she said Naziyah alibi was her daughter, which is Jarvis Butt's daughter. She would be going with her dad, and Naziyah be like, oh well, can I go too? Because her sister, which is Naziyah.
So she's saying that they would basically let Naziyah go because her daughter Janiyah will go with her father. But Cash in the video was also stated that when she went and asked the clerk at the gas station if there was any business or any that was it a busy business rather where Jarvis and King was working at, he claimed that it had been vacant or really not in business since 2019. So where was they really going? And that's whether she was talking about the car wash or the auto shop. Either way it go. When she mentioned Jarvis' name to that clerk, she know who she talking about. So either way it go, I don't think it's important if she was referring to the car wash, whatever. He know who Jarvis is. He know the case that happened with Naziyah. But anyway, Shannon was willingly sending her daughter with a man that she know as their children. And you willingly sent Naziyah. You didn't ask your mama all the time. Y'all let Naziyah go. You didn't ask your mama, is it okay? All of a sudden, you got respect for Naziyah and your mama in that context, and you ask, oh, is it okay if she can go? Yeah, right. You sent them. Y'all all just sent them. Jarvis was like family, right, Annette? Jarvis was like family. But he never came in your house. But he was like family. He never came in our house. He just pulled up to our house. But he was like family. Eric has a tier 3 SA case. But she was an adult. She wasn't a minor. Mm-hmm. Said so it leads you to believe that they didn't believe a thing Marquita's daughter said because they still don't believe JB did it. Exactly. They don't deserve to be mothers. They don't believe that Jarvis is guilty because they know that they had a hand in it too. No, he ain't. Of course they gonna say Jarvis ain't guilty because they was involved. No, he ain't do it. Of course not. We helped him. Say everybody being in on it, knowing what's to it, just turning a blind eye, unfortunately. Yep. We can take that shit back to Shirley Temple. You absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Them so-called child superstar agencies, child exploitation.
Naziyah mom is supposed to be like some type of addict, and she had custody of Naziyah. And I asked where Naziyah dad was, and she said that they're unfit parents, and that's how she ended up with Naziyah because she said Naziyah was her favorite, and she took care of Naziyah. So I asked her who did she think unalive Naziyah. So she looked at me and she asked me are you recording? At the time I wasn't recording, so I showed her my phone again. I said, no girl, look, I'm not recording, no red dot, no voice memo, no nothing. And she was like, well, when she found out that Naziyah was pregnant, she was pregnant as well by Jarvis Butts, but she had a miscarriage with her baby. And I asked her, like, did you go to an abortion clinic to like get rid of everything, or did the baby discharge itself? She said, well, she don't believe in abortions or whatever, but with that baby in particular, she didn't want to keep it, and her first intentions was to go get an abortion because she knew Naziyah was pregnant as well. And when Naziyah,
so if they got pregnant at the same time, that will support my theory that they was having orgies. I'm gonna just go ahead and flat out say it just like that. That would support my theory that they was doing it together. That is sick. That man says if he was free today, they'll welcome him right back in that house around them kids, having B-day parties, being treated like family, like a king. Jarvis the king, honey. The king with the golden ding ding, with the golden ping. The king with the golden ping. That's how they see Jarvis. How you letting a man fuck on your niece and you, and y'all get pregnant together? How you fucking a man that fucked your sister and got pregnant to begin with? And you go and have 5 children with him. You're sick. Shannon, y'all is some sick ass, nasty ass, low down ass trifling. Ugh. Jarvis the king. Because he must got a golden ping ping. Because the way they delusional about this nigga here, I ain't never been that crazy about nobody. And they definitely wasn't doing shit to my motherfucking kids. I was never that crazy. So it's like, it's some sinister shit. This is some sinister, nasty. Now I really do believe Shannon was putting money on his books. That makes sense. They still believe that he's innocent. They still believe, oh, he wouldn't do that. He didn't touch my daughter. He didn't do that. No, I know what y'all hearing, but no, he would never. He just like younger girls. What?
being so young, they could not take Naziyah to an abortion clinic without being questioned. So I said, so how far along was Naziyah when she went missing or whatever? She said,
so they couldn't take Naziyah to the AB clinic without being questioned. So they knew that they needed to go about this in a way that was totally illegal and could possibly lead to Naziyah being unalive. I think if Naziyah was unalive and she probably bled out to death due to complications of taking illegal substances and illegal supplements, they probably got her organs sold on a black market somewhere. Totally got rid of the body. Totally. Or Shannon helped bury Naziyah somewhere. Or she could be in that. Oh my goodness. Don't Annette got a goddamn laboratory freezer in her house right now? Organ harvesting right now in her living room? We seen the freezer. We researched the freezer. They need to check Annette's house. So she said that on Mark D Live that they were pregnant at the same time and she gave her daughter a pregnancy test. This is absolutely insane. But Shannon said that about Janiyah. She's saying that Shannon and Naziyah was pregnant at the same time. Shannon said her and Naziyah was indeed pregnant at the same time. I believe, too, that Naziyah could have been pregnant more than one time on separate occasions, but maybe 2 different years. You get what I'm saying? I think that Naziyah had been pregnant prior to this time. Because how does she know to take a plan B? How does she know that that could have been a way to go about it? Like, oh, I don't care. It was given like, oh, well, I just take a plan B. And like, I already did that before. I could just do it again. That's what the energy was giving me in that text. Like, but by that time, you was too far along. So of course you can't take a plan B. But she could have been pregnant before. I can't see a man who's that, perverted to use protection every time. No, he was probably having his way with her body, doing whatever he wanted with her body, leaving his, up inside, doing all of that on most occasions. So it's a possibility that she was. This might not have been the first time. You say, yep, and they're going to the secret society shit because they all some damn doofuses. Yes. Right, that big ass refrigerator. Let's not forget about that big ass refrigerator. These some wicked, diabolical, murderous motherfuckers. Money and power could be the root to all evil. Boss T say they ain't think, oh, let's sell these parts on the black market. They was advised. Right? I told y'all. Shannon and them is being advised by that secret society that they connected to that's been funding their fucking lives. That's been funding them, and that is crazy because they still ain't really got shit. But you rather. Kawana, my bad, I've been running my mouth. I seen you comment up there before. No, I've been on about an hour and a half. I'm not gonna be too much longer either. So yeah, I just been playing this video. This is my second time playing that. But being advised by these secret societies that they connected to. See, we're gonna dive deeper into that shit. When I come back, we're gonna dive deeper into some more shit that I've been doing my research on. And we gonna pick apart this shit. Cause this done sparked my motherfucking interest again. All that other shit was like, okay, but now this done woke me back up. I wouldn't sleep that long. But this done woke me back up because something to it. And she didn't have that freezer in her house for nothing. Ain't that much freezing in the world unless you're trying to freeze some shit that could perish quickly, like body parts. What the hell you got the freeze that need to be below 900 degree, negative 900? What you got the freeze? Oh, okay. You say they could have taken her to Planned Parenthood or Planned AB clinic. She had X. That's it. That's all they needed. All they would have needed was Annette's permission. That's all they would have needed for Naziyah to be able to get treated because she was a minor. But Annette knew if she took her to that clinic, it's a possibility that she might have lost a check. It was about the money for Annette. Let's see. We're going to get back to that abortion pill because I believe she definitely bled. She could have bled herself unconscious. But let me Google can a minor get an abortion? Let's see what they say. Michigan. They done went all over the place. Okay, it says Michigan AB laws for minors are a critical issue, balancing the rights of young individuals with parental involvement in state regulations. These laws have significant implications for minors seeking ABs, affecting their autonomy and privacy. Understanding these legal requirements is essential for anyone navigating and studying. Requirements for minors seeking AB in Michigan. Minors seeking AB in Michigan must adhere to Michigan Parental Rights Restoration Act, which mandates parents' consent for those under 18 who are not emancipated. Emancipated minors who have been granted adult rights and responsibilities are exempt. So basically, if you're under 18, you can. But what would be the reason that would make sense to y'all that Annette and Shannon and them didn't take her to an abortion clinic when all it took was for their consent for her to get the proper to get rid of the baby and then probably make adjustments so that it wouldn't happen again? Instead, y'all tried to get rid of the baby on your own. Why? When all it took is for you to say, I consent, let's do the damn thing. Would that would have conflicted with a CP with a check? Would that would have conflicted with a check? What would be the reason? So it requires written consent from a parent or guardian. Said this legal provision is intended to ensure parental involvement and support during potentially difficult time. Minors unable to obtain parental consent can pursue judicial bypass. This process allows them to see that she wasn't about to do all that. The court assesses whether the minor is mature enough to make the decision. Wasn't about to do all that either. Confidentiality. Minor seeking AB services. HIPAA laws would have protected. This just don't make no damn sense, and it pisses me the fuck off. It just don't make sense. It really don't. Don't make sense, y'all. You say that's why we keep getting kicked out, because I be getting kicked out my own damn life. That's them motherfuckers trying to shut me down. Go ahead on, because it don't matter if I got 2 people on this live or 2 million. I'm still gonna talk this shit about these secret societies because they know that they the reason. They're the roots of all of this. Say, I'm so ready. You see how I've been doing my research? Yes. Yes, we gonna get into it for sure. But we just wanted to make sure that we dissected this video, because when she come out with another one, we're going to be back on live with it again. Back on live with it again. And why didn't they check the refrigerator? What have Shannon said to... What have she said when they questioned her beyond her being on the stand at the preliminary hearing? I wonder. Because ain't no way she told them people this. That they gave her Naziyah. They gave, Shannon and them gave Naziyah some pills. Ain't no way she told them that. And they ain't got her under investigation. Ain't no way. And if they don't have Shannon as one of these fucking surprise people on this stand at this trial, I know something. If her ass ain't being under investigation or charged with something, I know something. Say people be thinking only celebs can be in secret societies. Hell no, it's average everyday people. Your average day fucking Joe, your neighbor right next door, the church you go to, the holier than thou motherfuckers that wear the right robes and shit. It be them asses that be in these secret societies. Religion is a secret society, whether you know it or not. So soon as I hear Annette was an evangelist or whatever the hell she called, yeah, she with the shits. She with the shits. And she abusive. That's where she come from. And it be a generational thing. It don't just start now. We just catching wind of it because Naziyah came up missing, and we care more about Naziyah than they thought we would. That's what's really going on. If they didn't have no doctor involved, why give her the pill? It don't make sense. You say they all knew they could have possibly get in question because Naziyah was a minor. That's why they tried to do it on their own, and they dumb accidentally unalive her. But it seemed like it would make more sense to go to the AB clinic, right? Oh, they liars anyway. It ain't like they can't lie. My niece wound up pregnant. We think that it's such and such. She ain't telling us who it is, or we don't know who it is, or we go about it in a way where we'll file a police report or whatever it is that they needed to do. They could have came up with any damn lie in the world like they doing now. Spinning this lying, stupid ass narratives that they doing that makes absolutely no sense. But people with brains, a fucking bird brain, could figure out that they lying. They could have did the same thing when it came to taking her to an AB clinic just to cover her ass and make it seem like they didn't know if you still wanted to get a fucking check. Maybe it wasn't even about the goddamn check. Maybe it was about everything else. Maybe it was just that they simply didn't give a fuck about Naziyah. Maybe it was just simply that they made more money selling body parts. Hell if I know. Maybe she don't care about that little petty monthly check from the government. Maybe she got something else going on, side hustling body parts and organs and shit. Maybe it's that. I don't fucking know. I don't put it past her though. Hey, Jalen. She said they wanted to get rid of Naziyah, period. CPS would have been in their business like they supposed to. But Naziyah told CPS about what was going on. Okay. But again, just like they got up on that stand and told a cold-blooded lie, cold-blooded with it, straight face and all, calm, calm. They could have figured that they could have figured that shit out. They ain't have to do Naziyah this fucking bold and dirty. They didn't. That's what I'm trying. You say that's what I'm trying to wonder about, why not get it handled the proper way instead of doing it yourself. CPS ain't give a damn, so I don't know. It ain't adding up. CPS didn't give a damn. I don't think they would have took the kids or took nothing. Being as though that they already had a report that they do shit about when they questioned Jarvis to begin with. I don't think they would have did much. So you heard on another podcast that when that starts happening on YouTube, start tapping the heart because someone okay, somebody might be reporting it. All right, make sure y'all hit that heart right there in the right hand corner at the bottom of your screen. Tap that heart. Put some emojis in the chat. Put some detectives in the chat. Shit. Cause we ain't letting up this time, Shannon. Y'all done played enough. I hope that they put her ass on that fucking stand and charge her at this point for sure. You think you got away with it, bitch. How do you even have a fridge that plugged into your house? Don't she need special plug, girl? That's another thought. She probably got it rigged up in there. Say, I don't like how they tried to paint Naziyah as fast, a runaway type shit that made your antennas go up. And the way they talked about Naziyah made just, yep. And they still talk about her with disdain. That girl trying to go get some D. That's how they describe her. Y'all trained her that way. If she was trying to go get anything, y'all trained her that way. So if she was all of that, what that make you? And Naziyah was all of this, that, and the third. What that make you, Shannon, Marquita, and that? They don't make sense. An innocent soul worth more than the secret society and money for sure. Facts.
If she can recall, Naziyah was doing things to basically get rid of the baby herself. I said, like what? Like what at home remedies could you do to get rid of the baby? Like what was she doing at home to get rid of the baby? So she was like, well, Naziyah asked her to buy her like some pads or whatever, like stuff that you'll use on your menstrual cycle, and said she would start having cramps and being in pain, and her period had came on. So Shannon said, well, her being an adult and she have all these kids, she know you're not coming on a period while you're pregnant. And she said that's kind of around the time that Naziyah had basically went missing or whatever. So I said, so you don't know how far along she was or whatever when she went missing? Like you don't like if I'm a mother or if my niece, I have custody of my niece, I'm gonna be tuned in on her pregnancy or whatever. And plus, you're leaving. You're saying she could come and go as she please, and she's carrying the baby. That's when a woman is most vulnerable or whatever like that. Basically, when Naziyah started making it appear that she wanted to keep the baby, it was kind of too late because she came across like some abortion pills. It's these pills. She said it's 4 of them that you get, and you put 2 of them in your mouth and you put 2 of them in your vagina.
So 2 pills she was supposed to take. Okay, and 2 she was supposed to put in her private area. So AB pills can be used vaginally, particularly, the misoprostol. But it's important to follow specific guidelines. So it's 2 different ones. It's mifepristone and misoprostol. mifepristone is taken first to block the hormone necessary for pregnancy, while misoprostol is taken afterwards to induce contractions and expel the pregnancy from the uterus. So she would have had to have taken two different medications. Okay. It says effectiveness. Misoprostol can be administered vaginally between the gums and cheeks, or buccally between the gums and cheeks. Oh, you put it on the side of your mouth, in the inside of your mouth, or under your tongue. Methods are effective, but vaginal administration is often recommended as it may cause fewer side effects such as nausea. Okay. They say the tablets may come out when you start to bleed, but they have been absorbed within 30 minutes. Okay, so if you put them in vaginally, they will be absorbed within 30 minutes. If you take it, if you swallow it, it says using your finger inserted, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we don't say that. It is advisable to lie down for 30 minutes. Okay. What about the other one, though? Okay, it is noted that the traces of the medication may be visible if required medical attention afterwards, which could indicate that you have taken the AB pill. Using AB pills vaginally can be safe and effective method. Okay. So yeah. Right. That's why I'm looking up what I'm looking up, because just imagine most women can't even take this type of pain, grown women, and you got a 13-year-old taking this stuff with no medical treatment and excruciating pain. Hmm. Let's see what abortion pills can be taken at 5 months. Mm-mm-mm. So it's still the same ones that's showing up. Okay, well, I'm gonna play the video.
And it basically get rid of the baby. But at that time, Naziyah was too far along, but she still wanted Naziyah to try to take. She also said when you take these, the substance or whatever, you kind of bleed out a lot. And she said for some reason after she started checking like her pads and stuff that she bought her for her menstrual cycle while she was already pregnant, she wasn't using none of them. So she asked like Naziyah, like, let me see your underwear, like you don't have on anything, like you're basically like you're not bleeding yet, like the baby is not. Not discharging yet or anything. So she said she started searching everything and she could not find the that she gave Naziyah to take. So she was questioning Naziyah and asking her, like, hey, did you take them continuously? And she felt as if Naziyah was getting frustrated with her. And that's when she was telling Naziyah, like, hey, you can't go nowhere or whatever. Basically, she started being tough on her because she's like, at this point, you're telling me that you don't want to keep it, but somewhere in my
So she's saying Naziyah started to get frustrated with Shannon telling Naziyah that she has to take these pills. And she basically punished her by telling her she can't go anywhere. So I guess the only place that she was allowed to go was school while she was in excruciating pain. And
where in my heart,
I
I feel
don't
as
know
if
what
you
is
do want to keep it. And I already had a miscarriage on my baby, and I feel as if I only had a miscarriage on my baby because you're stressing me out. So that's when I was getting confused, because it's like you said something about an abortion, then you said a miscarriage, but okay, so this is.
and that was the end of that video. But I'm thinking, what if Naziyah didn't go missing on the 9th? Say they wasn't doctors in experiment on a minor child. Yep. Say who inserts something in her because she couldn't do it herself. That was all. She was definitely involved with trying to get rid of Naziyah's child. Wouldn't buy that baby a pack of pads, but will go out the way to get her AB pills. This is a sad ass mess. That's what you say, bad ma'am, and I agree. I agree totally. So what I pulled up here, it says how effective is the AB pill at 8 weeks or less is 94 to 98% of the time effective. On down to 10 to 11 weeks is 87% effective. If you take an extra dose of misoprostol, it works 98% of the time. So basically, the further along you are, depends on how much more medication you will take to end the pregnancy. So that will explain why, if she did ask Naziyah, has she been taking the pills, like several, more than two? Okay, I'm thinking it probably could have been more than two if that were the case. It says generally you can have a medication AB up to 77 days, which would be 11 weeks. So that's close to 2 months, right? For a no, close to 3 months. Close to 3 months. If it's been 77 days or more since the first day of your last menstrual, you can have an in clinic AB to end it. So what happens if you take the AB pill after 11 weeks or after 77 days? I'm going to say that. The effectiveness depends on how far along. So it just depends on how far along I feel like they're not really saying. And this is the Planned Parenthood website. And yeah.
Too. But once, like, my eye was just burning really bad at work, and I pulled all my lashes out. Like, I barely have any lashes. Like, they're all gone because I really had no choice. But she's a great person. She just innocently switched to a new glue, and it's probably just an ingredient in there that didn't.
Oh wait, y'all can't see the video? Are y'all seeing this video? Hold on. Y'all probably can hear it, but can't see it. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, I'm about to hit play now. You should be able to see it now.
I really had no choice. But she's a great person. She just innocently switched to a new glue, and it's probably just.
And she ain't talking about nothing right here.
Me. But she gonna hook me up later.
We just don't want to miss nothing.
Like probably in a couple of weeks. But and I probably don't take these off because I like these lashes they give it. But so y'all want a story time, and then I insert the clips. Cause if I just give y'all the clips, it's gonna be like kind of chopped and screwed because my friend that went with me, we don't communicate anymore, and she got some clips in her phone as well. But yeah, I got to tell y'all, and I got several DMs and stuff, and I see all y'all comments. I'm not interested in the people that saying, "Hey, I'm a blogger," or "Hey, I'm a podcaster," or "Hey, I'm covering a case. Can I interview you and stuff?" Because when I first mentioned this stuff, like almost a year ago, it was too much backlash. Like, "Oh, you're a troll," or "You're clout chasing this and the third." If anybody know me, my name is Cash. I have clout. Like my name whole way. I ain't got to do that. But I do want to put this all out.
I do wonder when she first tried to come out with this, she's saying that people was basically saying she was trolling and shit when she first tried to come out and speak about it. But when was that? She should have posted them first so we could see where she tried to come out with this information prior to now, because she's stating that she was going to wait till after the trial. So where is that footage at where you was trying to push this information out? That would be nice to have had it on her TikTok, which is not, because I already looked. And yeah, somebody in the comments say you still clout chasing off an innocent girl's death. Man, you don't have no videos of what happened. Well, it looked like she trying to get to it. I'm so confused. Did you go for an interview? Uh-oh.
It caught me off guard. Now that
Or
Jarvis is
you was
saying
cool.
that.
Or you was cool with the twins. This was a comment saying, it says, please don't leave us hanging. Tell the police. She said, you don't even know this girl name. That's weird. And Bo, you doing this real talk. She said, she said, B, she ain't my child. If I said Zanaya one of them two times, I don't give a fuck. Make sure you know the name. B, my life don't revolve around this shit. Oh shit, nah. Now y'all already been in my comments saying she, something ain't right. It don't feel right. What's the MO? Is she clout chasing? Is she trying to get a bag? What's going on? She say her name Cash though, so the bag ain't what she needing. But I don't know. I don't really like this comment right here. I don't really like that. She say my life don't revolve around this shit. But she got the name right in the video that we just played. She got it right then. She say, why not do an interview? She say, girl, you got a lot to say. Let me go ahead and block you, baby. This is my page, not Naziyah page, not Jarvis or Shannon page. This motherfucker not dedicated to them. Wow. Either I'm just taking it, son. I'm just taking it. I guess she take her time to post about it because I motherfucking want to. So your block love, I hope you catch a repost. Sorry, y'all, the word's small on the screen. Repost. The fuck wrong with you? Yeah. Yeah, the vibe is giving mean girl. It's giving nonchalant like her personality gives in her videos. It gives that. It gives you know. So that this her responses it does give a vibe of maybe she's not doing it for true justice for Naziyah. It's right. Right. You say so she clout chasing maybe why she acting so nasty and weird. Yeah. Cause people a lot of us are very serious about this Naziyah case. So, and this is a story that is still unbelievable and continuing to be an unbelievable unraveling of a story and a tragedy. So it just sounds insensitive. That's the word I'm looking for. Her vibe is giving insensitive, and that I don't like. It's one thing for you to be nonchalant, it not revolve around, this don't revolve around Naziyah, and you gonna do it when you get ready. And okay, I get all of that. But insensitivity, it don't gotta be that. He says, like, I want to believe her, I do, but I still think it's staged a little bit. And it definitely could be. I ain't saying I'm with her. We ain't with her now. But we gonna watch this unravel because we want to have it on a record, for one. And for two, we got to just watch it play out and see. You say, and then too, because she acted like she didn't know who Shannon was when she approached the car, yet she had just stated earlier that her and Shannon was once friends. So I don't know. She stated they was once friends, girl. Did we miss that? Said yes, like she exposes her because some other reason. And if they were friends, it would explain why she would go about it this way, because it's like, nah, bitch, you got me fucked up. I'm about to tell the world who the fuck you really is. It do give that. Definitely. That would explain why she nonchalant, insensitive, and don't really give a fuck. That would explain that whole vibe. You say, Charlotte Webb says, I didn't like that comment either. She's invested. That dumb B drove 14 hours. 14 hours. When I look up her information, because I'd had to do some digging, y'all, and find out her name, okay? She got some relatives with the last name Harris. Now, did I see Shannon Harris and her family in particular? No, not yet. So if they are related, I hope that I can find that they is related. But based off what I've seen so far, they are not directly related. But they could have been friends. They could have been shit. Like, it's so weird. Detroit women do be like that, though. Same, like, not caring type vibe. The twin got type arrogance, no sensitivity. Like, we not talking about a missing, abused child. And you know what? I hate that. I hate that vibe. I don't like it at all. It's like, I don't know if, I think a lot of times too, Detroit women feel like they gotta be tough. They gotta give that tough vibe. So I don't know. It's crazy how people live their life and not thinking about what happened to Naziyah. She said she was exposing her because Shannon hadn't responded to her text message. Girl, what? What did I miss that video? Because what video did she say? Oh, she did. Okay, I do remember her saying something about the text. Now I'm gonna have to go back to that. Let me finish playing this one. We're gonna play the other one, and I'm gonna see what else we need to see on her page. Okay, because we catching this shit in real time. Because motherfuckers love to delete shit. I say that all the time. We got to make sure we stay on top of this. Okay, but I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna listen to that. You say the response, not the response, the comments. It says we all got a question. My first question would be, if you have all this, why didn't you take it to the police station? And if you were scared to take it down there, why didn't you take it to, Mark D, the radio host? Why everybody like, what the fuck? We can't do shit. She need to go to the damn DPD. The fuck? Next time, my man, stay on topic. That's why I said she was talking about a bunch of nothing in the beginning. Her last and shit.
Shannon unalived Naziyah, and Shannon basically told me that Jarvis didn't unalive her. And it's a lot of things that happened when we were together or whatever. It was crazy. It was crazy, and I literally pushed up on these folks at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I kicked it with them the whole entire day until about 4 o'clock in the morning. And my intentions, they were pure. Like I went with pure intentions, but
She
once I
said
realized,
pure intentions, and then she said poor intentions. Pure intentions, then she said poor intentions. If you saying that you had to finesse your way, then you might not have been as pure as you saying, but whatever.
they were trying to do something to me and my friend, that's when my horns went up and I got on a whole nother level, y'all. But yeah, let me know if y'all want the full story time, or if y'all just want me to post the clips and y'all figure it out, like y'all put the puzzle together yourself. Hey TikTok.
Nothing beats it.
Bruh.
So oh wait, that ain't it.
Bruh. Don't nothing piss me off more. Literally, listen. Like I do not. Listen. I hate when I get on TikTok and I'm taking a picture and TikTok put this crazy ass.
Me looking at the frozen shirts trend.
When I tell you this is some bullshit.
One thing about me, I'm nosy. If it's something going on in my vicinity, in my neighborhood, I want to know what's going on. Like, all these people coming up missing, right? Oh, baby, I am going to repost. I'm going to pray for you. I might join the search team to find you, baby. I am going to join the petitions, baby. I am going to try to help find you. But we need to know what happened. Like, if you get found alive, baby, I want to know what happened. Where you was at and what they were doing to you. I want to know. Y'all don't be like that. Like a lot of people been missing, and they be like, "Oh, she."
I don't know. She say she from Detroit, but she got a real deep down south accent. Okay, I don't think she spent that much time in the D.
He has been found safe. Oh, he has been found safe. Where you was at, girl? Where you were at, and what you were doing? Cause the people want to know. We was looking for you. We don't even know you. All they be saying was, "Oh, they have been found safe." What happened? So sometimes we don't even find out who had y'all. Like, I be wanting to know, like, what? Like, how did you even get snatched, kidnapped, or how did you even go missing? Like, I be wanting to know, cause try to get up on me. You know what I'm saying? And then it be some people you be like, dang, that's a healthy lady. See what I'm saying? And then it be some people you might be like, where was the parent? It might be a big old guy like, don't nobody want him. How they get him? You see what I'm saying? And y'all don't ever be telling us. So I need somebody to come forward. Like, am I the only one? Maybe I'm just that level of nosy. One thing about me,
I'm just trying to figure out why she's saying what she's saying. I feel like she's saying nothing, but she's trying to say something right here. Like, what y'all picking up from this? Like, let me know in the comments, because what?
Yeah, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. What the fuck do y'all mean? Shannon on the line of Naziyah. Hold up, wait, Fruity. Flag on the play. I been keeping it quiet. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't just been following the case step by step, but I just think on my For You page.
Like, they talking about she told them she don't want to do no interviews with nobody because people telling her who to inbox and who to deal with. Look, everybody ain't gonna want to do no goddamn interview, especially if you trying to get attention on your own damn platform.
What? Jarvis said, what? I'm the one who traveled 14 hours from my city and interviewed them. I'm the one that was at the bowling alley telling y'all, like, hey, enough for the cameras, enough taking pictures. Yeah, because me and my best friend was up there, and, like, we really on that. I don't care. Like, I'm born in Detroit. I'm originally from Detroit, so y'all was being kind of super wild. But I got...
And based off the time frame that I seen that she was from Detroit, when she was in Detroit, it was only a few years, and it probably was when she was in her younger years. Other than that, it's Georgia addresses. So yeah, I don't know why why do people try to make it seem like they from the Detroit so much? That will support the fact that when I'm saying that tough exterior, you trying to come off so tough, she already referenced her, shooting somebody more than once in a few of her videos. So I don't know. Maybe it just make her feel like she tough or some shit.
Raw footage. And now that I think about it, child, this is gonna piss me off. Because I kicked it with her and her sister pushed up to their house. You see what I'm saying? Pushed up to her house. And it's crazy because they was leaving out when we pulled up. See what I'm saying? And definitely kicked it with these folks from sun up to sundown. You see what I'm saying? And we talked. We chopped it up. Still been talking to these folks. Might check in with them periodically, but it's like since Jarvis said what he said, Shannon, you ain't text me back. Shannon, you ain't text me back. You ain't said nothing to me. And I never cared to release because I wanted to see what the verdict was. You see what I'm saying? But it's just like, now that I'm thinking about some of the stuff you said, Shannon. Now that I'm thinking about some of the stuff you said, and then I'm thinking about, I don't play about kids, baby. I got a little girl. But now I see what Jarvis saying. Huh? Huh? Hold up. Huh? Y'all gonna have to help me put, come on, little raggedy bitch. Raggedy asshole. Y'all gonna have to help me put two and two together. Cause guess what? It's equal.
And honestly, if she's smart, the way that these platforms will chop and screw some shit up, if I was her, I would, if that's the case, I would put the shit out on my own damn platform too. Because they chop and screw shit up any goddamn way. You say, but she just said she's been following the case for a year. Yeah. She drove 14 hours. She claimed. I wonder why she didn't catch a flight.
People and folks for y'all.
If that was the case.
Y'all. Cause Shannon. Didn't you tell me you don't think Jarvis killed Naziyah?
And then Shannon, that calm under the circumstances. Think about it, right? You at your house, some random person supposedly walking up on you with a camera. Clearly, you can see their phone pointed directly at you. It's a possibility that they are about to approach you about your niece that's missing. Off rip, if I didn't want nobody in my personal space, and I see most people are very alert, or should be, okay? I speak for myself. I see it all. I pay attention to it all. I'm always watching my surroundings. The motherfucker will not get the chance to walk up on me and I don't see you coming. So you mean to tell me under the circumstances, after you then got chewed up on Mark D, after you been arguing back and forth about your niece, after all this shit that's been going on, the dragging your ass all on the internet, you mean to tell me you just gonna calmly sit there as two random strangers, female or not, is approaching you, and you don't think that your life could possibly be in danger because people want your head at this point? And you just calm. I'm not letting nobody walk up to my car like that with no phone recording me unless I know them. Unless I know you. It could have been staged. They could have said, hey, I'm about to record you. Act like you don't know me. Act like I'm about to act like a stranger is approaching your car. You see me recording, you tell me to cut the camera. Because this family's so diabolical, and the way that they going about this shit, I promise you, I don't put nothing past them. It's like, even if they was to tell the truth, they done cried wolf so much, you ain't even gonna believe shit that they say. And if she been following the case for a year, why you ain't go live? Motherfuckers waiting. Look at her comments. Motherfuckers is waiting for this type of shit. And you mean to tell me she only got about 1,000 followers right now on TikTok? That shit would have shot straight up had you went live on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere. It's like, why now? I just keep saying why now, because it's just not making no sense to me. If it wasn't staged, why you ain't go live? Shannon always looked the same way, dead to the world. She always got that stupid, dumbass face on. And I don't believe shit that be on the internet for real. For real? Like, because anything could be staged. Anything. So she approaching a car. She ain't reacting off rip like, hey, well, who are you? Don't approach me. Get the fuck back. Bitch, you better back up. Clutching something. Like doing something to make a bitch know, hey, you better fucking stop. Don't come up on me like that. I'm not the one. It wasn't given that. It wasn't given that. It wasn't given like I need to protect myself because I don't know who the fuck you is. It wasn't given Detroit. It wasn't given that. So Shannon could know this person. They could know each other. But anyway, let me hit play.
Didn't you tell me you knew where her body was? Didn't you tell me that? Didn't you tell me you knew where Naziyah's body was?
And see, if she would have told you that, that's because she trusted you. That's because she know you. The so-called brother of Jarvis came out and said the same thing too, right? They saying Jarvis talking shit about Shannon too, right? Oh, he's saying that no, it was really Shannon that did it. You say it's another distraction in the comment. Right. They is trying to say Naziyah unalived herself. That's what they saying basically. And that she tried to get that they specifically that she tried to get rid of the baby on her own. That's why we got the title on this YouTube live as that, because that's what she said in the video. So they're basically trying to put it on Naziyah and cover for Jarvis, because that's what it sounded like to me. Marquita didn't budge at all. She just kept doing whatever the fuck her ass was doing on the passenger side, like she wasn't fazed by that shit. And then she answered, it's like she jumped in when Shannon was about to say what she was saying, and she jumped in. It was almost like, let me play it. Like they knew what each other was supposed to say.
Did you tell me that? Tell me that after I paid for us, all of us to go bowling, after I got you about 4 shots of lemon drops, after I had, after me and my best friend had you blow your head off through a zipper, and then now I'm thinking about it like, you want to know why I got out of there? You want to know why I left? It's never no pressure on nothing, but guess what? I'm from the.
That part right there sound like she talking directly to Shannon. I feel some animosity, y'all. I feel some microaggression towards Shannon. It's giving personal. It's giving, this is personal, bitch. This giving, don't you ever fucking play with me because I will air all your shit out, ho. That's what it's giving to me. You remember you told me all this shit and I tell the world about it. Don't you ever fucking play with me. That's what it's giving. And I make a bag doing it. Because eventually she gonna go viral. Eventually. Soon as motherfuckers catch heat on what she doing, she's going to go viral. It's just a matter of time. Might not be for the best reasons. Of course not. But she know what she doing. She's very strategic and calculated with this move. That sound like get back. That sound like get back to me.
From the murder meeting, baby. I'm from the D. Nah, for real. My folks really on it. Like, really, really on it. But I'm like, damn.
She's saying her folks really on that. They must have got into it. It sounds like they got into it, because why you need to throw a thread in there? If you ain't know this lady from a can of paint, you ain't know her from a can of nothing. Why you talking like that? That sound like a friendship gone sour. That's what it sound like to me. And it's eating you up. So now you feel like you got to have one up on her, because Shannon did too much of this, too much talking, running her fucking flat ass face mouth, running her mouth too much, her and her sister. Because they desperate for whatever the fuck, getting high or whatever, and played theyself. They thought that they could trust her and confide in her, because she could have been their friend. And yeah, that's what it's giving. I'm sorry. That's what it's giving.
I'm interviewing these folks. We in the back of a building. Dude keep calling your phone. I don't know who dude is, but please believe we wasn't just two young pretty girls that wasn't.
And she's saying they in the back of a building. Why would they be in the back of a building? Why would they be in the back of a building doing what?
Ready. That wasn't no nothing because guess what? We came with pair of intentions and we was just like, okay, we gonna interview these folks. But once I see we kicking it at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, we behind the bowling alley and shit, behind the casino and shit.
So they went to the bowling alley and the casino. She said they was behind a building at the bowling alley, but they went to the casino too. That's why they stayed kicking it. That sound like some frilly shit to me. If I'm trying to interview somebody, I don't really need to hang out with you like that. You get what I'm saying? It's like you don't really need to establish a friendship with somebody you just want to get information about, especially if the focus is this missing child. I understand finessing them to the point where, okay, I just want you to feel comfortable enough to talk to me. I respect you enough to come to you humbly in a way that'll make you feel comfortable. And to let you know that you could trust me with this information. I just want to know because I genuinely care about the whereabouts of this child. And I want to get justice for this child. And I want to know, what's your take and how you feel and what happened. And, let's brainstorm on trying to find your niece that I took a liking to or I feel connected to through social media because I resonate with her story some type of way. I don't hear no sincerity in nothing that she's saying. I don't hear nothing to the point where it's like she could put herself in Naziyah's shoes and see herself. And this why I care enough to drive 14 hours to come see a bitch that I don't know from a can of paint. Because if you really had it like that, why you ain't catch a flight? But you driving to go see a bitch you don't know 14 hours for. And then pop up at their house. You in a city. You in Detroit. Ain't nobody popping up at nobody's house under these circumstances and thinking that shit gonna be all copacetic and cool. No, it's not. No, it's not. Ain't nobody coming to your house under these circumstances unless they on that type of time. Say first Cash called the girl her best friend. Now it's we don't speak anymore because Cash shiesty and she want to get this bag herself. This whole entire encounter is weird and not making sense. They playing in our faces another distraction. I'm gonna leave that up on the screen. Definitely playing in our face, but I see the bullshit.
And then dude keep calling. Then y'all get to inviting us to houses and stuff. And then some of the stuff that he was saying on the phone, then you had a code. You was talking in codes. I remember that code you said. You was like both. Like if we look.
And who was the dude that I wondered that kept calling? Who was it? And boast. What the hell that mean? Anybody know what that means? Drop that in the comments.
With the green, or y'all was finna do something. Guess what? It was 4 of us in the car. It was you and your sister, and it was me and my best friend. Guess what? It would have been 2 bodies in there. I don't want to be in our bodies. So whatever that code meant, I don't know. I don't know what that code meant. But guess what? I caught on to a lot of stuff just looking back. Guess what? I got hair.
And she doing a lot with her hair. All of the constant moving. All of the... Why is she moving so much?
To be recorded. Until you start begging for us to cut the cameras off and you told us the real. Yeah, but Shannon, you really got me fucked up.
There it go. There it go, right there. She said, Shannon, you got me fucked up. This is personal. This is personal. Mm-hmm.
You really got me fucked up, boo. How you doing? Good. We came here from Georgia on a whole nother note. And I just wanted to ask you about the Naziyah.
She say, hey, how you doing? Let me go back.
How you doing? Good. We came here from Georgia.
That tone is not given. This is the first time I talked. That tone is given. I'm about to press the record button. We're going to say this. You say that. That's what it's given. It's given, like you say, distraction, propaganda, bullshit, staged. It is given that. Listen to the tone. Just the tone of what they're saying.
On a whole nother note. And I just wanted to ask you about the Naziyah Harris case.
And she said, we come here from Georgia on a whole nother note. Why would you say we come here from Georgia on a whole nother note? There was a prior conversation to this recording. There was a prior conversation to them acting like they're approaching a vehicle where Shannon and Marquita just so happened to be outside as they pulling up. No, it was, hey, I'm here. I'm outside. All right, here I come. That's what it's giving. Or I'm about to pull up. All right, we outside in the car. Pull up. That's what it's giving. Boss T, why you laughing at me? I'm being serious. Say her body language is strange. Oh my God, I was just about to say that. SD, it's the lying. It's very personal. It's obvious. That's why she's so calm, because she knows she got one up on Shannon. She know this shit finna rock Shannon's world in a worse way. She know that. This video just got to reach the right person. And it will. And it will. She keep uploading video footage and shit. She got a clear ass video of Shannon on this motherfucker. You can't deny that, Shannon. It is you. Your ass fits to be the talk of fucking YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Shade Room, every goddamn where. Let what she about to upload be some shit that, listen here. But anyway, it sounds like they are friends, or it sounds like they had a conversation prior to this recording.
How do you feel, if you don't mind?
We're not being rude.
I just feel like I'm a mother.
Look how Marquita looking. Dang, I hope it. Let me see if it'll clear out, because it ain't clear enough. It ain't clear enough on my screen. Say, right, I said that myself, and you stopped it like that shit staged. Yeah, because I thought about it like, hold up. Because the first time I heard it, of course, I'm just listening to what she's saying. But y'all know I got to listen to shit over and over again. Because I'm listening to multiple things, okay? And now I'm picking up that it's giving, we ain't friends no more, bitch, fuck you. That's what it's giving. But look at Marquita's face back there. Okay? Let me rewind it a little bit. Because we want to catch Marquita's face in a clear.
We're not being rude.
I just feel like I'm a mother.
She's smoking. She blew smoke out her mouth. She unfazed, unbothered, calm as fuck. Shannon, look at her face. Calm. If they can get on the stand and lie in front of 15 cameras, the judge, the prosecutor, the defense, a fucking crowd of people, y'all don't think that they can do some shit like that and stage a fucking video encounter with two fucking strangers they claim they never seen a day in their life that just approach them? If they can get on a stand and tell a flat out bold faced lie, her and her mammy, Tyler Perry should have been called they ass, because
I'm on your side. You the sister?
Yeah.
You the mom?
Yeah. No.
How do you feel now that they're asking or they're blaming you for what's going on?
Can we ask you? Are you recording?
I am.
And then I'm looking at her ponytail. Her ponytail don't look as blonde as it did when she was testifying. It looks more brown, darker brown.
Yeah.
You the mom?
Yeah. No.
How do you feel now that they're asking or they're blaming you for?
Let me pause it because I want that blur to go away. Say once again, Shannon knows and playing a role.
What's going on?
Can we ask you? Are you recording?
Damn, I missed it again. Her fucking hair.
Can we ask you?
When did she go see this Shannon? I wonder.
Are you recording?
I am. You don't want me to record? Okay, and I want you to watch me cut it off. You don't cut it off. And y'all wanna know what's so crazy? Shannon, I couldn't even say you lied to me. Because it's a lot that you said on and off camera. And you somewhat told me that you did it. You somewhat told me that you did it. You said you don't think Jarvis did it. And you also said, you know what? I just need to, like, I don't know if I'm gonna go live, y'all, because I ain't never been live on Instagram. I mean, never been live on TikTok. I think I might as well just post the stories, because I know it's gonna be like a lot of questions and stuff like that. But, yeah, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off.
Yeah, so that's
Wake the fuck.
that's all of them. And I'll leave this here. We're gonna wait on some more and see where this goes, because yeah. I wanted to talk about something else too, y'all, because there is something else that I was thinking about, but I'm gonna come back with another live. Okay, you say we're gonna leave this here. You say she doesn't have no money to get rid of that hair touched up. Yeah, I was looking at the color, like something about the color. I feel like her hair was more blonde during the time she was at the preliminary hearing. It looks darker now, like the color going faded or something. You say she got on furry Ugg boots. No way you go on a mission like this in them shoes if you know anything about hood-ish. She claimed that she purposely dressed like that to make Shannon and them feel comfortable or like they wasn't on no shit. Say they studied all of content creators and came up with this bullshit. Because when did she record that video? When did she pull up on Shannon? Is the question. The hair stood out to me. So I'm gonna probably definitely go and look at her hair, because it's like maybe that'd kind of give me a time stamp or a frame, at least a window of when she went to go pull up on Shannon. They don't look as sick as they did when Mark D went to go pull up on them. But they do look like they had lost weight, obviously, but they don't look as strung out and cracked out as they did when Mark D pulled up on them. So it probably was shortly after the hearing. Right. They claim they don't watch nobody. They be sent back watching, seeing what the content creators gonna eat up and all of that, how to approach this, how to go about this, and they know what they doing. Like I said, it's all staged, it's all calculated, very strategic. So February, they think it was around February where she did this mysterious pull up on Shannon and Marquita. February. Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Could have been February. Because it, like I said, just based off how they look, they don't look as strung out as they did when Mark D, like I said, pulled up on them. They was looking real cracked out. So anytime before that, obviously. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Shout out to y'all. It's been a couple hours. I'm ready to get up off here. Of course, if I come and I find out something else, I'll be back live and we're gonna chop it up then. If you are catching this replay, make sure you let me know how you feel in the comments, what you think about this newly surfacing sounds like Shannon's ex-friend. Just let me know what y'all think in the comments and I'll be back. Good night, good evening, or good morning whenever you catch this live. Peace, y'all.